Just giving a few minutes here. If you're just now watching the video and it's already been streamed, just giving a few minutes as I'm live streaming now until some more people join. Just to be able to listen in on today's video. Have a lot of information to go over that is super exciting, that involves Ethereum in the upcoming merge. I'm going to give a little bit of insight into blockchains, Bitcoin, Ethereum, how this links and is related to Jasmy's future success. And I think once I'm done with this, your guys' mind for the future is going to open up a lot more with where this project is going. All right. So just give it a couple more minutes and welcome back to the channel. I see there's a few of you already watching. It's going to be a longer video today, probably. I want to try to be very specific. I don't want to miss anything. There's a lot of info that's provided in today's video. All right. So I'll go ahead and get started. We got 11 people already on here, so I don't want to keep anyone waiting any longer. So Jasmy's future success really comes down to, one, we've seen multiple things with the creation of Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right. So in order to understand how Jasmy's role is going to play into the future of data democracy, you have to get a pretty good foundation of what Ethereum is and how it functions. All right. So Ethereum's network, the blockchain, all right, that it uses, Jasmy uses Ethereum. That's the blockchain it runs on. All right. There's some problems with that. And at the time of the creation of Ethereum, it had to address some critical things. But in this time period, there was other coins that were created that has taken the spotlight away from Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right. There's three main coins that are competing against each other that you're going to see today. One is called Solana. Another is called Cardano. And you have Polkadot. You have these three here right now. Their market caps are very, very high. 20 to 50 billion market caps. Monster cryptos. All right. Not as big as Bitcoin and not as big as Ethereum, but they are all linked together on what's going to happen here in the future. So Ethereum, what is Ethereum? So this new upgrade, which is called the merge, is going to be taking place. They said quarter one or quarter two. We're getting ready to head into quarter two. It's getting ready to happen. All right. Which is extremely important. Ethereum currently uses a system called proof of work. And I'm going to read this to you as I go down through this. Okay. But it is converting to a proof of stake, which is very, very important to Jasmy's success, since Jasmy is based on the Ethereum network. With the accordance of these data lockers in nodes being used to collect data, it's very important that Ethereum is on proof of stake. All right. So I want you to keep that in mind. It's on proof of work. I'm going to explain that, and then I'm going to explain proof of stake in these articles. Will just help give you a little more clarity. So with the upgrade, it aims to enhance the speed, efficiency, and scalability of the Ethereum network so it can process more transactions and ease bottlenecks. This is going from what's called proof of work, you can look it up, to proof of stake, and it's migrating to proof of stake. They've been testing this now for a long time, proof of stake, but they have not launched it yet, but they are getting ready to merge proof of stake and eliminate proof of work. Very important. So let's scroll down. So it's launching in several phases. With the first upgrade, it's called the Beacon Chain. It went live December 1st, 2020. All right. So this literally, it's a key feature of the network shift to a proof of stake consensus mechanism. They've had a lot of issues with it. They've had to iron them out before they can launch it live. They've had to test it for a period of time. The second phase, which we're getting ready to experience, is called the merge. All right, I'm going to go in depth here. I've got some other pages here. I'm getting ready to go in depth with this, and it's going to happen in the first or second quarter, as I just said. Okay, the final phase, which is equally essential to Jasmy's success, is called the Shard chain. This is being launched in 2023. This is an extremely critical component to Jasmy's success. It's going to be launched on the Ethereum network in 2023 as Ethereum is adopting to all of these different systematic processes, okay? So you've got this year's success to Jasmy, and you've got 2023. Now we're starting to branch out into the future of this coin. All right. So the final phase, which is shard chains, will play a key role in scaling the Ethereum network. And it has to be scalable because of what Jasmy is doing, being listed on almost every exchange, and data, since it is a production unit, all right, it has to be able to work on a bigger scale. All right. So this also means that it will become much easier from a hardware perspective, okay, to run an Ethereum node. Very, very important with Jasmy. And there will be far less data that needs to be stored on a machine. You can sort of draw some connections here with Jasmy in the wordage and verbiage of Ethereum and why it's important of this upgrade. So how does it differ? So Ethereum 1 uses what's called proof of work. Ethereum 2, which is called the merge, and it's going to stay, the name Ethereum is going to be using the new proof of stake mechanism. So here's how this plays out. So in this system, miners use a machine's processing power to solve complex mathematical puzzles and to verify new transactions. So proof of work, you have 100 people that are competing against one another. They have very powerful machines, all right, computers, for example, as just mine sitting behind me. And they're all running simultaneously, competing to get this block, all right, to get this block to pull and win, okay? So you think of the power consumption of all of that, all right? That's a lot of power consumption. So the energy is very high in usage, very costly, okay? A lot of people will not buy or dive into Ethereum or any of the coins thereof because it's energy intensive. It uses a lot of energy, all right? So that's a critical part to this merge that's getting ready to take place. So let's scroll down. Here's how proof of stake differs. If you're just now joining, I know this is building up to Jasmy and how this is all going to link together, and you'll see in the end. Just be patient with me. So proof of stake differs in that instead of miners now, you can stake a network's native cryptocurrency, and you can become a validator. Anyone can become a validator now by staking crypto. You don't have to have a super top-notch computer now to be able to become a validator. All right, that's huge. That's big in itself. All right, so validators are similar to miners in that they verify transactions and they ensure the network isn't processing fraudulent transactions. So they are selected being the keyword now. So versus 100 computers coming together and competing against one another, now you've got 100 computers that are sitting there dormant, all right, not using energy, and they are just selected. Bam. Now they activate. So it literally reduces the footprint by 99%. When you have 100% of these computers sitting here, you're reducing it because now you're making it one person that's getting this, not all of them competing. Very, very critical. All right. So as we go through and we see this, Jasmy's success, man, in this merge, it's bullish, and you're about to see more of what's going to happen here. All right. So did you know the current Ethereum setup has a blockchain consisting of a single chain with consecutive blocks? All right, a single chain which bounces along between other blocks. So it has to go to one block, then go to the next, then go to the next. So it takes time. The speed is reduced in this. So with the introduction of shard chains, it's now parallel. So this blockchain is split up. Think of like a pyramid. All right, you got one block at the top, it splits into two. Now you have two blocks that split into 4 blocks. Now you have 4 blocks splitting into 8, then into 16, then into 32, then into 64. All right, so it enables the transactions to be handled in parallel chains instead of consecutive ones, speeding up the transactions. All right, less energy intensive now because it's on proof of stake now versus proof of work. You don't got all these different computers running at the same time. All right, they're just being randomly selected now, then they're being staked. All right, and anyone can do that now. You ain't got to have a PC. You can have it by a phone. You can literally stake on a phone now. Very, very, very important. All right. So this speeds up the network, which Jasmy has to have in order for this to go on a global scale. Okay. They have to have a fast network, and it can't be cost intensive either. Getting ready to get into that as well on the cost associated with this. I'm going to bounce around a little bit here as I go through this. So this is all super, super, super important. All right. So blockchains. Going to the next step. Blockchains. All right. Most blockchains, Ethereum and Bitcoin, are public. They're decentralized. What does that mean? All right. When they are centralized, they are owned by an entity. Okay. And you can see this picture right here. Because they are public, you can see the code. It's shared. All right. It's decentralized. You can see all transactions on the network. It's made available and public to all. Okay. So that's Ethereum. That's Bitcoin. All right. So if you're just now coming in and you're starting to learn about this, there's also other public blockchains that are not on Ethereum and that is not on Bitcoin that are separate. And this is where it gets interesting. Solana is one of them, not on Bitcoin. It's not on Ethereum. It's its own network that is decentralized and that is made public and that is using, here's the key, proof of stake. Bitcoin and Ethereum uses proof of work, very energy intensive. Transactions are very slow. Well, guess what's getting ready to happen? Ethereum is getting ready to go to proof of stake, leaving Bitcoin in the dust. That's bullish, all right? But here's what's even more bullish. You have Solana, you have Cardano, and you have Polkadot, all public ledgers. They're all decentralized. They were created because there was a need for that, because Ethereum and Bitcoin was on proof of work, and now you have Solana, Cardano, and Polkadot on proof of stake. They separated themselves. Look at the market caps of these coins. People are appealed to these coins because they're decentralized. They are on a proof of stake. All right, they are using proof of stake. Ethereum's getting ready to go to proof of stake. Guess who's on Ethereum network? Jasmy. Guess what's going to migrate to Ethereum? Bitcoin holders. Guess who's going to migrate to Ethereum? Polkadot holders, Cardano holders, Solana holders. Market cap. What could we see in the future? We could literally see these cryptos drop in value as people, same with Bitcoin, go and move to the Ethereum network. Where is that money going to go? It's going to go to the platforms or cryptos on the Ethereum network. Jasmy's one of those coins. Jasmy is ahead of every other coin because it's utilizing data, what data is worth. All right? Bullish, bullish, bullish. The future is now coming more to light with what can happen with Jasmy. All right? I mean, I can't be any more crystal clear with this. Just go look at these 3 coins, when they were created, the market caps, all right? And here Ethereum is getting ready to be put on the same level playing field as these 3. And people don't want to invest in Ethereum because it's very energy intensive because it's on proof of work. It's merging, though, to proof of stake, all right? But there's a lot more here that you can see. All right, that's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and close out of these 3 now. Just helps keep me going here on what's being told. I'm going to go into what the merge is. All right, so this is Ethereum. This is public. You can see it. It's ethereum.org. You can go here and read all about this. I suggest if you are invested in Jasmy that you go read these articles right here. You go to ethereum.org. You read about the merge. You read about the beacon chain, and you read about the shard chains. your mind is going to literally, you're going to say, wow, like you're going to see why Sony is involved. You're going to see why Jasmy was created. You're going to see how all of this links together with Ethereum and how bullish this is with what Ethereum is doing with merging. Okay, so what is the merge? I'm going to read through this real quick. All right. So the beacon chain, which talked about 2020 was when that launched. 2020 was the beacon chain being tested. All right, which is what the chain we use today. Okay, so the Ethereum continues to be secured by proof of work. All right, but the beacon chain is running parallel to the proof of stake. But once these two come together, the merge takes place, which they said is going to happen in Q1 or Q2. All right, it's getting ready to happen in Q2. All right, they released some information, I think it was a week ago, talking about the merge. They know it's coming, and it's coming soon. It's going to be released right here in the beginning of Q2. All right, it's about to happen, and that's really, really good news for Ethereum, for all of these other cryptos, Polkadot, all these other holders that's on proof of stake that's been waiting for proof of work for Ethereum. All right, now it's getting ready to happen. So what we're going to see here is, when ready, the Ethereum mainnet will merge with the beacon chain, becoming its own shard, and it uses the proof of stake instead of proof of work. It will have the ability to run smart contracts into the proof of stake system, plus the full history and the current state of Ethereum to ensure that the transition is smooth for all holders and its users. So this will signal the end of proof of work, and it will start the era of a more sustainable, eco-friendly Ethereum. All right, very important. At this point, it will be one step closer to achieving the full scale. When you look at a business idea, when Ethereum was created, all right, you have these other cryptos that came out, Polkadot, Solana, and all, and they seen a need for proof of stake. So they created these coins because Ethereum was on proof of work, and there was a need for those coins. But now Ethereum's getting ready to go to proof of stake. So that need in those coins literally ain't going to be. It's like Ethereum is brought on the same level now, all right? So, man, just go read this. Just go read this stuff. You guys got to get in here and read this and study this. This is just bullish information here that I'm leaving here with you guys in this video. So, the merge with shard chains. So the original plan was to work on the shard chains before the merge, all right, to address scalability. However, the boom of the layer 2 scaling solutions, the priority has shifted to swapping proof of work to proof of stake via the merge. So they got to get to it as soon as possible. All right. Now, I've talked a little bit about the beacon chain and what it does. All right. So staking, here we go. We know that Jasmy wants to issue staking on Coinbase if you're a US holder. Okay. But it's also important to realize that as Ethereum goes to the proof of stake, you're going to be able to see this become all more prevalent. You know what I mean? That it's going to make it easier for it to happen and take place with the launch of the merge. So this is a new way, proof of stake, to help keep Ethereum secure. Think of it like a public good that will make Ethereum healthier, and you can earn more ETH in the process. So staking and becoming a validator is easier now than mining, which I just said a minute ago. And the network is concurrently secured. Okay? So after the main net merges with Beacon Chain, the next upgrade will introduce shard chains to the proof of stake network. These shards will increase the capacity of the network and improve the transaction speed. All right, there's more information in here. If you guys read this, I'm telling you, your eyes are going to be opened up with this. But this ain't even the bullish. So that was just a little bit on the Beacon Chain. Here's the shard chain. Check this out. Shard chains provide extra, cheaper storage layers for applicate data. Think of data, all right? Think of Web3 in data, and Ethereum having to be on proof of stake, okay? Just think about how all that's interlinked. Web3, all right? Ethereum on proof of work. It's all connected. Jasmy with the faster transactions, cheaper transactions now, all right? Less energy intensive now, all right? So it's all just leading up to provide more value for Jasmy being on the Ethereum network, all right? And it says for cheaper storage applications and rollups to store data. Jasmy's all about data, All right. So they enable layer 2 solutions to offer low transaction fees while leveraging the security of Ethereum. So everyone now can run a node. With shard chains, validators only need to store run data for the shard they're validating. All right. Not the entire network. So like what happens today, this speeds up and drastically reduces hardware requirements. That's big because you think about it, you don't need a PC now to become a miner or a validator in this case. You can do it right from your smartphone. All right, so that's important for Jasmy to be able to utilize data, all right, in the future of Jasmy, to be able to continue using the data lockers that Ethereum is upgraded to the proof of stake, moving from proof of work. All right, so this is bullish. So sharding will eventually let you run Ethereum on a personal laptop or phone. I just mentioned this. With lower hardware requirements, sharding will make it easier to run clients, here it is, on your own, all right, which is needed for each individual person in the future for Jasmy, right, for these data lockers, all right, without relying on any intermediary services at all. Just think about that for a minute on how Jasmy is setting all this stuff, but it's all relative to Ethereum going to proof of stake. All right. If you can, consider running multiple clients. This can help network health by further reducing points of failure. So it's more secure, it's quicker, less gas fees, by the way. A lot of people have complained about gas fees because Ethereum's on proof of work. All right, now it's going to be on proof of stake. All right, so now it's just validating one thing, not having to validate all of it. Okay, so the cost of the gas fees are going to be so much cheaper with it. All right, and it's going to be more direct, more secure that people now have to put up their coins, whatever they own, they have to stake that now to become a validator. So now they have an invested interest in it, all right, more secure, all right, versus than just using a mining rig to mine cryptocurrency and validate transactions. All right, so when the first shard chains are shipped, they will provide extra data to the network. They won't handle transactions or smart contract. Totally separate. So there's different parts, different layers to the Ethereum. All right, and what it does. Roll-ups are a layer 2 technology that exists today. So they allow dApps to bundle or roll up transactions into a single transaction off-chain. Off-chain, very important with data, use data lockers. Generate a cryptographic proof and then submit it to the chain. So we see a lot of this that takes place on Etherscan. You can see these transactions and transfers. All right, this is very, very right here, roll-ups. That's what you're seeing. That's what you see taking place. That's what they're talking about right here. All right, this reduces the data needed for a transaction. Combine this with all the extra data availability provided by the shards, and you get 100,000 transactions per second. So in the future, as these data lockers and all of these transactions are happening simultaneously, selling data, you're going to have so much information going back and forth. You can't have expensive gas fees. You can't be using a lot of energy. You can't have all that. Very important that Ethereum goes to proof of stake, away from proof of work. All right. So that's bullish. That's bullish. Man, the future is bright for Jasmy. The devs knew what they were doing when they created the coin and how they were going to do it. This is just all working in sync together with Ethereum going to proof of stake versus proof of work. So, man, I don't know what more to tell you guys about this. I mean, just from the future of 2023 with the sharding, that's going to be critical to Jasmy's success. Just go read this. Go read all three of these. Go read about the beacon chain. Go read about the merge on Ethereum. Read about the shard chains, and you'll get a brighter picture of how Jasmy ties into all this. All right, and literally, Bitcoin is being left in the dust because Ethereum is now going to proof of stake. All right, so Bitcoin is it costs a lot now. Now Ethereum, its competitor. All right, that's why you hear people saying Ethereum is going to overtake Bitcoin. Well, if Bitcoin don't get on the roll, I still think there's going to be money invested in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's going to be a long time, I think, before Ethereum takes it over. But at some point, I do think it will take it over in market cap. That Ethereum will. And where's the funds and the liquidity going to come from to Ethereum? It's going to come from Bitcoin, and it's going to come from these other proof of stake cryptocurrencies like Solana, Polkadot. All right, and there's other ones, Solana, Polkadot. There's other ones I can't remember all of them, but Cardano. So when this truly happens, and if you've looked here recently at what's happening with Ethereum, if you pull Ethereum up, all right, and you look at what's happened here over the last 7 days, leading up right here. Look at this. I mean, it was down here at 2,900. Look at this. It's preparing for the launch of the merge. All right, it's preparing for the launch of the merge. So once it merges, I believe the altcoins that are on the Ethereum network are going to have their days, and Jasmy is going to become more well known. All right, and people are going to start looking more at these coins that are on the Ethereum network, and Jasmy is shining as a bright light with data democracy, with what they're doing with data lockers. There's no other crypto out there like Jasmy. There's no other crypto listed on all these exchanges like Jasmy. All right, so Ethereum is going to continue to go up, man. This thing's going to spike so hard once the merge takes place. It'll have its correction period, and then once these shard chains launch right here in 2023, that's going to be when that's going to be when Ethereum really takes off, and Jasmy is going to follow suit with that, and more companies are going to continue to get on board with the project of Jasmy and what it's doing. All right, so man, this is bullish info, guys. I don't know what more to tell you. I did a lot of research. I spent hours today doing all this research, and I've been wanting to make this video for a while. There was so much info here for me to provide, and there's still info I'm missing on here that I can't provide to you guys. But and with the April 1st, the laws and stuff taking effect with Jasmy and everything that's happening all at the same time with Ethereum, with going to the proof of work. I mean, this is an awesome time for Jasmy in the coin, with the holders going up, continuing to increase, and they're expanding in the U.S. I haven't made any videos on that, but I've kept up on that. And then they're also in Asia with these data lockers. I mean, they're getting ready to release. I'm waiting for the channel on Twitter, some of those channels on Twitter or profiles on Twitter, O'Hara. I'm waiting for them to release some info, because I know they're getting ready to release some info. I can't wait to hear about what's going to happen with this. And you know, we've had some, and I'll be up front here with Jasmy. Let's pull Jasmy up here since we're talking about the success of Jasmy. It's went down a little bit, and I have looked. They are selling. So we're the data happiness, where they have issued these Jasmy coins out in all these wallets. These wallets are liquidating. So you're now seeing the data. What data was worth when it was being paid for, it went up. So these data lockers right here, when data was being purchased, this is what this was. All right, data was being purchased and it was going up. And then as the data now is being sold, all right, it's going down. It's going down. All right, because it's being liquidated from the wallets. All right, and you can see these 3 billion coins that were activated, that literally Jasmy activated, that came from the developer wallet, that they sent out to exchanges. They sent out to these individual wallets, and a lot of these individual wallets are separate. They're owned by someone or an institution or a business. All right, they paid it out, so that's what they had to do. So there's liquidation there now on the data. So they literally, at the start, these institutions bought the data, whatever that data was worth, Jasmy knows, and then they went ahead and they turned around and issued out those coins to these people or these institutions or businesses. And now it's up to them whether or not they want to sell. But there is some big transactions happening, and some of these big drops that you've seen here. Like this big one here, there was like 3 million coins liquidated. All right, it was sent out to an exchange and it was liquidated, sold. But that was data. That was all relative to what the data was, not the day trades. But it does affect it when it comes to selling, the buys and the sells. I've seen people say that. Yes, it does. But it all translates to data, the data that's being transferred ownership through the cost associated with the buying and the selling. It's linked to data. All right, it's all linked to data. So you have multiple things that's taking place there with this. All right, so But that's all I have. That's all I have for today's video, guys. I just wanted to show you guys that and just talk a little bit about what proof of work is, what proof of stake is, what Ethereum, the merge, everything that's getting ready to happen. That's all bullish info that's coming out for Ethereum, and we're literally going to see Ethereum have its day. And Jasmy's on the Ethereum network, so the success of Jasmy is connected to Ethereum. All right, they're directly connected in the network. All right, so in all of the partnerships that Jasmy has created, man, there's info, you guys. If you would really only just step back and look at it, partnerships with Jasmy have certain things that they're doing on the network. All right, that they have to do, like what Solana and Polkadot and Cardano is doing. All right, that's on the public blockchains. So it's all relative to that when you go look at the partnerships with Jasmy. And they know what they're doing. Jasmy knows what they're doing. They're following, and it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me if the founder of Ethereum, all right, is working with Jasmy. All right, because Jasmy's success is on the Ethereum network. All right, just think about the business relationship those two would have to have. In order for Jasmy to be successful, they're either following him, the founder of Ethereum, or they're communicating, or they're having to draw that parallel and that connection there and establish some sort of relationship. Because if Ethereum fails, Jasmy's success will suffer. But we know that's not the case now because of the forward momentum that Ethereum is gaining with moving to proof of stake versus proof of work. All right, and in my video, if you go back and watch it, you'll see all of that. So, but man, bullish news for today, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm just going to go through here and read if anyone has any questions here that I can answer. But I do. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please like, please subscribe. I appreciate all the support that you guys are giving me. And yep, Fat Panda Prank. Yep, it does say 2023. Or if you're looking at the merge takes place quarter 1 or quarter 2. So that's happening in quarter 2. I don't think that's going to happen in the next day or two. I could be wrong though. But impact, and it should have. Yes, it should have a really big impact on Jasmy, Nicholas. Yes, that's what I've been saying. So, how many should we keep at least? Man, the future's so bright. I've got sunglasses on and I'm blinded by the light. Yeah, me too, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for this long-term project for sure, not short-term. You're trying to trade short-term, you're going to be disappointed. So, because it's very volatile right now because the project is still in its development stages, and you can see that with the recent going up. I mean, if you go back and you even go back a year, I mean, you can see where it literally just went down, and that was the devs doing their thing, issuing the coins for liquidation into the market, and then we're even seeing that now with what's going on right here, with those 3 billion coins. So that's just the project moving forward. So that's why it's hard to predict the price of this coin, because at any time the project, as they transition into their new phases, they can literally issue these coins out for whatever they need to issue these coins out for. And that means, selling or whatever to be able to push the project forward. But once the project is established and they've done everything they said they were going to do and it's finally finished and the data lockers are going out, the price will forever go up. Or not forever, but it will go up and continue to go up as more and more data is exchanged and purchased. So as of right now, we're just in the infancy. We're just in the baby steps. So, but anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I do have other videos that I will end up coming out with, but this was a video today I wanted to make. I know it was probably a little bit more sidetracked than what you guys are used to, but it's definitely bullish with the future of Jasmy. So I just ask that you read about this Ethereum merge, that you read up on this. You study on it. You can really get some good light on proof of work to proof of stake, and you can see how that's all going to play out in the future for Jasmy's success. So, but I hope you guys enjoy your Tuesday. This is Crypto Cracker Zach tuning out. Thanks for